Welcome back to Blind Hyuga, Naruto's Celestial Legacy. You are listening to Chapter 2, The Blind Prodigy. In the previous chapter, Minato's sacrifice secured his son's life, but the Celestial War left a devastating mark. Naruto was born blind. His bloodline, deemed a failure by the Hyuga clan, now carries a terrifying new potential. Now the true struggle begins. Naruto must train his unique chakra perception to see a world his eyes cannot, all while navigating the cold prejudice of his own bloodline. The genius is here, but the path is shrouded in darkness. Chapter 2, The Blind Prodigy. The world of Konoha spun onward, blissfully unaware of the war once fought on its borders. The death of Minato Hyuga, the man known to most as Minato Hyuga, the Yellow Flash, was spoken of only in hushed tones. The village grieved the fourth Hokage, but the truth of his exile, his secret bloodline, and his death at the hands of celestial invaders was buried in silence. What remained was Kushina, hollowed by grief yet unbroken, cradling the legacy of two clans in her arms. That legacy was Naruto, a child alive, but forever scarred. His eyes, milky white and sealed from the moment of birth, stared blankly into a world he would never see. Kushina raised him in the shadows of fear. Every day she imagined the pure moon order returning to finish what they started. Every night she dreamt of the Hyuga elders sending silent hunters to reclaim the boy they once condemned. Minato's name was never spoken in the household. The pain was too raw. Instead, Kushina poured her energy into keeping Naruto safe. She never taught him to fight. She only taught him to survive, how to mold chakra, how to feel its pulse, how to recognize danger. Yet despite her protection, something inside Naruto refused to be contained. From the moment he learned to walk, Naruto moved differently. He did not stumble like a blind child should. His steps were guided by whispers of air pressure, by the vibrations in the ground, by the warmth radiating from life itself. By the time he was 6, he could name every villager not by their voice, but by the hum of their chakra. His blindness had awakened something Kushina could not have imagined. The Byakugan, sealed at birth, had transformed into something greater. A sensory net that enveloped the entire world. Naruto did not see lines and shapes. He saw the invisible dance of chakra, the rhythm of life itself. But prodigies do not remain hidden for long. The Hyuga elders, Hiroshi and Sora, still remembered Minato's betrayal and the shame of his blood mixing with an Uzumaki. To them, Naruto was unfinished business. Delegations came to Kushina's door, demanding she surrender the boy to the compound. The child must be confined and trained, Elder Sora had declared, his eyes cold as polished stone. A blind Hyuga is an embarrassment. Left unchecked, he is a danger. He is a weapon waiting to be stolen. Kushina's fury lit the air like wildfire. She met their coldness with the raw chakra of the Nine Tails burning around her. He is not yours to claim, she roared. He is a namikaze. He is an Uzumaki. You will not brand him a weapon. You will not touch my son. The elders left, but they did not surrender. They would wait. They always waited. Naruto grew restless in isolation. At 8, stubbornness overcame fear. He begged his mother to let him join the academy. If I don't try, I'll never prove I'm strong, he told her. Against her heart's better judgment, Kushina relented. She could not smother Minato's spirit burning inside him. But Naruto's training would never be ordinary. The traditional Jūken required the Byakugan, an eye he did not have. Instead, Kushina taught him chakra sculpting, the Uzumaki way of molding vitality into raw force. Naruto shaped his chakra into an invisible field around his fists, guided not by sight but by the heartbeat of his opponent. Without knowing it, he was inventing a new Jūken, one that struck without eyes. The academy was merciless. Students mocked the blind boy who dared to dream of being a ninja. Teachers pitied him, even Iruka, who tried to be patient. But Naruto endured, because in the shadows of the classroom sat someone who watched differently. Hinata Hyuga, the shy heiress of the main branch, studied him quietly. She saw not weakness, but a mirror of her own struggle, timid, uncertain, and weighed down by clan expectations. Their first meeting came by accident. Naruto collided with her outside the academy hall. Hinata's face turned crimson as she whispered nervously, "Naruto-kun, are you lost?" Naruto grinned, tilting his head. "Lost? Nah, I know exactly where I am. You're right there, and your chakra feels like a gentle flame on a windy day. Kinda pretty, actually." The words struck Hinata deeper than any praise she had ever received. He could see her, not her face, but her essence. For the first time, someone recognized her not as the heiress, not as the failure, but as herself. From then on, their bond grew in secret. They whispered between classes, met under the trees after training. For Hinata, Naruto's strange sight was a revelation. For Naruto, Hinata's quiet strength was an anchor. Together they began to shape each other's destinies. The day of the academy exam arrived, a day meant to prove worth. But for Naruto, it was a stage the Hyuga elders had been waiting for. They sent Hyuga, a branch member loyal to their will, to watch the boy fail. Stood with his arms folded, arrogance in every line of his stance. "A blind child cannot pass the test," he said to the instructors. "He is an insult to our clan's eyes. His failure will be inevitable." Naruto faced his opponent, a boy twice his size, brimming with confidence. The crowd whispered. Teachers looked uneasy, but Naruto was calm. He stood still, his senses spread wide, feeling the heartbeat of his foe, the rush of blood, the flicker of chakra. When the boy lunged, Naruto waited until the last fraction of a second. Then his fist flashed forward, a pinpoint burst of kinetic chakra, striking 3 nodes at once. The opponent collapsed instantly, his body frozen. Silence swept the hall. Even Iruka's mouth hung open. But Hyuga stepped forward, fury burning in his Byakugan. "That was a trick," snarled. "Show me the true Jūken. Perform the strikes, or you are nothing but a fraud." Naruto lifted his chin. His blind eyes stared straight at but his voice carried across the arena like a blade. "The Jūken is about seeing the flow of life. And I see more than you ever could, Hyuga. You see lines and points. I see the entire ocean." Then he spread his chakra perception wide. The air shimmered, and for the first time, the audience glimpsed his world. The hall lit up with threads of light. Every student, every teacher, every flicker of chakra woven into a vast, breathing web. Gasps filled the air. Staggered, his own Byakugan overwhelmed by the scale of Naruto's sight. The exam ended with Naruto declared victorious, but the Hyuga compound trembled with whispers. Reported what he had seen, that the tainted child's vision surpassed the Byakugan itself. He was not ashamed. He was a threat. That night as the village slept, Hinata sought Naruto in secret. Her steps trembled, but her voice did not. "Naruto-kun," she said softly, "you were magnificent. But Ko will not stop. The elders will try to seal your sight. If you don't grow stronger, they'll destroy everything you are." Naruto tilted his head. "Stronger? My mother says I shouldn't." Hinata cut him off, her eyes burning with rare fire. "Train with me. I'll share the main branch scrolls. Teach me how you see, and I'll teach you the 128 palms." For the first time, Naruto's grin was not playful, but solemn. "Hinata, that's treason." She took a deep breath. Treason is what the Hyuga call freedom. In that quiet promise, a new alliance was born between the blind prodigy of Minato and the timid heiress of the Hyuga. Together, they would shape a new Jūken, one not bound by tradition, but by vision. Far away on the cold surface of the moon, Sigen Otsutsuki stirred. His wounds from Minato's sealing had finally healed, and through the veil of space, he felt the flare of power from Earth. The blind child lived, and worse, he was evolving. Sigen summoned his generals, his voice echoing across the barren halls. "The taint grows," he declared. "It is no longer a mistake. It is becoming a weapon." We move to phase 2. The invasion begins. And thus, Naruto's fight was no longer against bullies or clan politics. His destiny was entwined with the stars themselves. You have just completed Chapter 2 of Blind Hyuga, Naruto's celestial legacy. The stakes have been raised. Naruto and Hinata have forged a forbidden alliance, unlocking a power that defies the Hyuga's stagnation. But their secret is no longer safe. In Chapter 3, The Moon's Shadow, the Otsutsuki invasion hits Konoha, and the destiny of the Hyuga clan is decided in a brutal battle against Sora the Strategist and Akito the Berserker. If you are listening on YouTube, Chapter 3 starts next. Don't go anywhere. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to the Cursed Hatake. Help us reach the 3-hour mark.